So our 808 is two things combined. It's our kick drum and our bass instrument combined to make it sound like it's one instrument. And when we're looking for kick drums, we want to focus on ones that have a really good attack. And this is the sharpness of the sound, how hard it hits. And when we're looking for bass instruments, we want to look for instruments that have really good sustain, and that's how long that note is going to last. And when we layer these two together, it's going to sound like one single instrument, and that's what is currently considered an 808. Let's open up BandLab. Down at the bottom center, click the red plus icon to add a new track. Scroll to the right, MIDI instruments. We're going to look for our kick drum first. So under drums, drum pad. I like the sound of the new wave kit kick. So let's go set the tempo first. Alright, pretty weird tempo, but we'll go with it. Go back to our sounds. We want to hit record. We click the down arrow in the top right. We see our recording. Let's rewind it. We need to tighten that up so it could be turned into a loop. We'll select the MIDI and just drag the handle around. Now click and drag, and let's bring it to the beginning. Rewind again. So we clipped it too far. Double click up at the top. We can set a little loop region. Alright, now we got a loop going. Now that we have our kick pattern and it's looping well, we want to ensure that we have all of the same velocity on the hits. If I double tap the MIDI region, we can see all of our MIDI hits, and you could tap and hold in order to select them. Instead, I'm going to tap an empty space and select all. And if we click on one of them, velocity, and I just want to set that all the way up. Now I'm going to add a bass part. So we'll click the plus icon on the left hand side. We want another MIDI instrument. Basses, synth bass, and I usually like the modern hip hop. That's got really good sustain, and that's what we're looking for in the bass part of our 808. And since this is going to come together sounding like one instrument, I don't need to play the notes again. In the top right hand corner, I'm going to click the down arrow. That gets us back to our tracks. If I select our MIDI from before, I can copy it, and I'll click on the track below it, click in the empty space, paste. So now we want to EQ out the undesirable sounds from both the kick and the bass. That way they mesh better together and sound like one. So I need to get those two sounds in level with each other. I need to gain stage them is what it's called. And let's mute the bass so we only hear the kick. Double tap the icon for the New Wave kit. Towards the bottom we have an FX tab. This has a bunch of different presets for effects. Under None, click the plus icon. Let's add. Go over to Tone, Graphic EQ. One thing I've learned the hard way twice now with these effects is after I set everything, in the top left, I really need to hit that back button or else it's not going to save those changes. Or I could hit the three little dots and I could save this as my own preset, but without hitting that back next to the M custom, it's not going to hold those changes when I'm done. So don't make that mistake twice like I did. Now I'm going to play through the kick a few times and take out the undesirable sounds. For the kick, we want to focus on the attack. So I want to get rid of any boominess and extra bassiness. Let's check before and after. Now let's do the same thing with the bass. So we'll solo the bass, double click the icon to open, FX, add under Tone, Graphic EQ. Take it all away, that way we can see how each one's. So this is the whole sub bass. I want to accentuate this. We don't want to stay in solo for too long. Let's see how they sound together. So I think that's about as good as some quick EQs gonna get us. For the kick, I still don't like that really high-pitched part of it. Let's see what we can do. Get back into our FX. Let's try a feedback killer. That seemed to work pretty well. Let's go to the bass. And for this, we need the bass to have some sort of saturation or distortion to help it cut through, especially for speakers on phones, where it's going to be really hard to hear those bass frequencies. Add another effect, distortion, BL driver. With it off first. A little too much. Let's play with that. That did a really good job. Now we need to match the volume when we turn it off. Should sound a similar level to the volume when we have it on. We have it close. Another thing we can do to help with the sustain of our 808 is stretch out some of those bass notes. If we double click on the bass MIDI in purple, that's going to open up our MIDI note editor. We want to select all of them, so instead of clicking and dragging, we're going to click and hold in the empty space, select all. This next part can be a little tricky because it's hard to just slide them over without deselecting or without moving them the wrong way. So if I click and hold, you see what the problem is. So when I grabbed right on the edge, it seems to work. In the top right, we have the snap option, and right now it's green, so that's turned on. Take that off. Now they move a little more fluidly. Let's stop it a little short of overlapping. See how that sounds. With it off. Starting to pump a little bit more. Now we want to save our track so that we can come back to it next time to add the hi-hats and snare. In the top left, we have that little door looking icon. Save. Green check mark in the top right. I can see that 808 file that I made just now. And if I try to open it again, now we're back to where we were. And here's the one that I worked on a little bit more. I even added some loops. Now that we've got an 808 pattern that's working for us, in the next tutorial we'll move on to shaping our hi-hats and our snares, which will round out the drum section for the beat.